Hello everybody and welcome to Rolando Alfaro's American Dream. My name once again is Rolando Alfaro. Now, last time we talked about starting and how, you can take all the education in the world and you can do whatever you want. But if you don't get your start, then what's the matter, right? Doesn't matter how many books you read, how many coaches you have, how many seminars you've been to, how many books you've read, if you don't put the knowledge to use. So today we're going to talk about something else that I think is very important as well. That, in conjunction with everything that you have, that you're building on, that you're working with, that we talk about attitude. What is attitude? People talk about this attitude all the time. The way I see it, this is what attitude is. Attitude is what you put out there. What you exude. Part of your personality that comes out. But not really directly to your personality, but just what you put out there for people to pick up on. Let me give you an example. How many of you follow football? I don't know if you do, if you don't, but there's this wide receiver, incredibly talented man. I mean, physically, he had all the gifts. He could have, in my opinion, been one of the best, if not the best receiver ever. But because of his attitude, he was traded time and time again from team to team because he became a cancer in the locker room. He would, make infighting, and he would create rumors, and he would just make it not a comfortable work environment for other players. That was his attitude. They labeled him as toxic, or somebody that people didn't want to work with after a while. That was his attitude, one of sabotage, one of, self-destruction. So attitude can make or break us in a lot of ways. And it's very important that we're aware of what our attitude is when we're doing things. Especially in the working environment, especially if you're trying to better yourself. What type of attitude should we have? People are like, Rolando, well, dude, what type of attitude do I have? I come in, I work hard, I work my butt off, I go home tired, and I don't get anywhere. So what should I be doing? That's a good question, man. I've been there so many times where you go in, you put in long hours, hard hours, but yet you don't feel like you have a reward, and you feel like the world owes you something. You start getting a chip on your shoulder. So, you start having that attitude where you start being short with people, or, you start being mean, and you become the mean guy, or the guy that, the downer that walks into the room and all of a sudden the energy drops. No. You shouldn't be that guy. Instead of asking what we can take, we should say what we can give. And that's part of our attitude. And that should be our attitude, an attitude of service, of giving, of what can we do, to help others. Because ultimately what goes around comes around, right? Karma, you've heard the way that ends. So we should be mindful of that, because whatever we put out there, that's what comes back to us. It's all one simple thing. If we're putting out bad vibes, if we're grouchy and putting out anger and those things, what are people going to get back to us? Those same feelings and things. Whereas if we're out there trying to help, trying to be there for somebody else, trying to help them better themselves, trying to help them be there, get there, selflessly, that's going to be of more value to us than anything else, because people are going to remember that. You know what? That guy always helped me out. That guy always has a smile on his face. Why? That guy's yes, I can do that type of guy. That guy has never said no. That guy has never turned down an assignment. That guy has never turned down an appointment. That guy has never turned down anything. And so people start realizing that you can do a lot more than maybe what you actually can. But because your attitude is one of help, of yes we can, of I can do it, you will do it. And you will get there. So I just thought we'd talk about that today, because how important is attitude to everything that we do. Sometimes we're not even mindful of what we put out there, or how the way we're acting. So just be careful, Take stock, figure out where you're at, figure out how things are going, and engage yourself. You don't need to have somebody in the corner, sitting on your shoulder saying, oh no, you're doing bad, you're doing good. No. Just be more mindful of what you do, how you do it on your in those moments where you just do things. So, like that football player that could have been the best ever, but now he's just going to be remembered as a bad teammate. What are people going to say about you with your attitude? Or you're the guy that, was always a yes we can? Or you're going to be one of those guys that everybody just avoided because they don't want to deal with you? It's up to you, really. Once again, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. As always, that's very important to me, Thanks for watching. And then the next time we get together, we're going to talk about another subject that I think is very important that we should cover. Once again, this is My American Dream. My name is Rolando Alfaro, And I'll see you later. Take care.